Good morning, students. We were discussing the chapter classification and tabulation. So we are done with classification. Now we are going to discuss the next part of this chapter, that is tabulation. See, the collected and classified data can also be presented in a table. A tabular presentation provides better understanding, comparison as well as analysis of the data. Here, the data will be presented in the form of table, that is in rows and columns. Tabulation, classification and tabulations are not different or not distinct. They are one and the same. That means whatever connected data are there that you are going to classify, then you are going to present it in row and in the form of row and column, that is nothing but in a table, that is called as tabulation. So what is tabulation? Tabulation is a process of systematic arrangement of the classified data. Systematic arrangement of the classified data in rows and columns in the form of a table. So tabulation is a process of systematic arrangement. Here you are going to arrange the data in a systematic form. What systematic arrangement of classified data? Whatever data you have collected, that you are going to classify, then you are going to systematically arrange those classified data in rows and columns, that is in the form of table. Whatever classified data is there, if you are going to present that classified data in the form of table, that process is called as tabulation. Now, what are the objectives of tabulation? First objective is it simplifies the complex data. When you collect the data will be huge in size. That is, all wanted as well as unwanted data will be included. After that, whatever collected data is there, that you are going to classify. That means you are going to arrange it in a systematic manner. Whatever is important, that data you are going to select. And if you are after that, you are going to present it in a table. So whatever complex data is there, that can be presented in a simple form with the help of tabulation. So that is the first objective. Second one, to facilitate comparison. To facilitate comparison. So when the data is presented in the form of table, we can easily compare. By at one glance itself, we can say whether it is we can make a comparison between two or more data. So that is the second objective, that is to facilitate comparison. Next, third is to give an identity. To give an identity to the data. Tabulation provides or gives an identity for the data by presenting it in row or column. Next, to reveal the trend and tendencies. Trend and tendencies of the data. Tendencies of the data. Next, fifth one is for diagrammatic and graphical representation for diagrammatic and graphical diagrams or graphs, then you need the data to be presented in the table first. That is, whatever data is presented in the tabular form, for that data you can draw a diagram or you can prepare a graph. So for diagrammatic and graphical representation, tabulated data is essential. And lastly, it facilitates computation of various statistical measures. So tabulated data can be used for calculation of various statistical measures, like it may be averages or it may be calculation of dispersion or correlation, etc. For computation of all these things, you need a tabulated data, or tabulation is essential. So all these are the objectives of tabulation. Now we will see parts of table. The next topic is parts of table. When you draw a table or when you present the data in the form of table, a table must contain few parts. So we will discuss what are the parts of table one by one. The first is table number. Table number. See, a number should be given to each and every table in order to distinguish as well as for easy reference. See, if there are 5 more tables, then it is very difficult to search which data is presented in which table. So it is better to give number for each and every table in order to distinguish as well as in order to make it easy reference, to make the reference easy. Usually table number is written at the right hand corner at the top of the table. What you are going to do while drawing the table, you are going to write this table number at the right hand corner and at the top of the table. For example, I will draw side by side the general format of table. General format of table. So first part is table number, and table number is written at the right hand side and at the top of the table. So here you are going to write the table number. This is the first part. Second part is title of the table. Title of the table. See, each and every table should contain a title. So what this title includes? See, title will explain in short what is presented in the table. So what contents are included in that table, that is explained or that is written in short in the title, and it should be written in bold letters at the top of the table. It should be written in bold letters at the top of the table. So for example, if you are going to write the title, it will be written at the center and at the top of the table. Right. Here you are going to write the title. And the next part of the table is head note, or it is also called as subtitle. See, what is this subtitle or head note? This is written just below the title in bracket, which gives a brief explanatory note or a statement giving an explanatory note which is written just below below the title you are going to write the subtitle of the table. Next, the next part is, fourth part is captions. Captions are nothing but column heading. Column heading are called as captions. Column heading is called as captions, and this captions explains the content of the column which is written at the top of each column. Each column top contains certain one or two words which explains what is included in each column. That is called as caption. That is nothing but column heading. So next, captions, that is column heading. Column, like this, if you are going to present it, vertical lines are called as column. This is column heading, that is captions. Next is stubs. Next part is stubs. So what is this stubs? Stubs are nothing but row headings. Row headings are called as stubs. So this stub includes the content of each row which is written in one or two words at the left extreme corner of the table. So stubs are written here. That is nothing but row headings. Stubs or row headings. That is, you are going to make the stub entries like this in horizontal line. So row headings are called as stubs. Next, sixth part is body of the table. Body of the table contains the numerical data. Whatever numerical data you want to present it, that data is included in the body of the table, and it should be well balanced. That is, length, it should match with the length and breadth of the size of the paper. It should come in one single paper. Like that, you have to draw the table, and the body should be well balanced. That is nothing but whatever entries you are going to make this column wise, and next you are going to make the entries row wise. So this is called as body of the table, where you are going to make the numerical, you are going to enter the numerical data. After body of the table, the next part of the table is footnote. See, footnote is written just below the table, which gives or which clarifies special references such as conclusions. If you want to write, then you can write it in footnote. Or if you want to give any remarks, that also you can include in footnote. Or if you have omitted any data which you have to enter in the table, then you can give it, you can write those omitted data in footnote. Or if you want to make some additions, that also you can include in footnote, or abbreviation. So all these things you can include in footnote, which is written just below the table. So here you are going to write footnote, which may include conclusions, omissions, additions, or abbreviations, or even remarks. So all these things you can write in a footnote. Next, the last part of the table is source. Source. So below the footnote or below the table, you are going to write the source from where you have collected this data, from which source you have obtained this data. For This is mentioned for verification to the reader. Reader can verify this data, whatever is represented in the table, with the source from where you have collected the data. That is written just below the table or after the footnote. So source, from which source you have collected the data which you have presented in the table. So that is represented in source. So these are the 8 parts of the table. First and foremost, table number, which is written at the left hand side at the top of the table, and it is written for easy reference as well as to make the distinction between 2 or more tables. Next, the second part is title, where you are going to write in brief the contents of the table in bold letters at the top of the table. Next, head note or subtitle. In head note or subtitle, we are going to briefly explain the notes regarding the title. If, for example, if you have whatever data you have presented is in 1000, then you can write it in bracket, or in rupees, kg, in million terms. All these values you can write it in subtitle or head note. Next is captions. Captions are nothing but column headings. These are called as columns. Vertical lines are called as columns, whereas steps are called as row headings. Row headings are nothing but horizontal lines. Next, this column is written at the top of each. Captions are written in 1 or 2 words at the top of each column, whereas steps are written at the left extreme corner of the table in 1 or 2 words explaining what is presented in the row. Next, body of the table, where we are going to make the actual entries or numerical data are entered in the body of the table. Next, footnote. In footnote, you are going to write whatever